with conversations that last. Sit back, relax, send in the group chat, the Jovonta Patton Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment. YouTube, I'm on your head. Facebook, TikTok. YouTube, I'm on your head.
Hey, welcome back to Jovonta Patton's podcast. This is another episode. Clap your hands. Introduce yourself to the people because no one can introduce you better than you can.
Wow. All right. I love that. Thanks, Jovonta. I'm Jason DeRusha. I host a radio show here in Minneapolis. I've also been a food writer in Minneapolis for probably 15 years. I write for Minnesota Monthly magazine.
Ooh, shout out to Minnesota Monthly.
Yeah,
they featured me one time.
They did?
Yes, at the Basilica.
It's probably time again.
They need to. Tell them, please come. See me. Hi. They were really nice. Well, Jason, you have an extensive career. You are famous. Jason is very famous around here. Yeah. So you left doing morning news. That is probably like one of the biggest PR jobs in, the 90s, early 2000s, even into now. Like if you are in journalism and you do morning news, that traditionally before social media was the first break of news for all people. And so you left that. So, let's get right into it. Did you get fired? We all want to know. Did they fire you? Did WCCO, Viacom, right?
CBS, Paramount,
CBS,
I don't know
Paramount.
Who owns it. It's always like...
Did the streaming people fire you? Did someone younger come in? How did you not want to do radio? Not radio, but news in the morning.
It's been 3 years, so I can tell you the real deal.
Okay, so now the NDA is over.
That's right.
Okay, the NDA is over. Okay, you're getting it here on the Jovonta Patton podcast. Tell us why you left WCCO Morning News.
I was not fired. I was not fired.
You were not fired.
I chose to leave.
Look into that camera and tell them you were not fired.
I was not fired. You're not the first person to ask me. Other TV people were like, come on, man. Did they fire you? They wanted to get rid of you. Were they dumping your salary? I'm like, I anchor the morning news. How much salary do you think they're dumping? Okay, like it's not that much. I'm not anchoring the 10 o'clock news. So I got to a point after almost 10 years of waking up at 2:30 in the morning.
2:30? So what time did you go to bed?
Our show started at 4:30.
What time did you go to bed?
I would go to bed usually around 8:30 at night. I would take a nap in the afternoon. But 10 years of that, and you look at a TV station, and in Minneapolis, if you're a man, there are probably only 12 anchor jobs, period.
Yeah.
Right? How many shows are there? How many anchors are there? There aren't that many.
Can't find a job on Indeed.
So in my station, there was really only one place for me to go. And so I was in my mid-40s. I was 47 when I decided. And you have this point where you say, am I just going to tread water waiting for somebody else maybe to leave their job to open up an opportunity? Or do I want to go and learn something new? Do I want to go try something new? Do I want to go fail? And I thought I was young enough that it was time to take
47 is young.
Take a leap and take a risk. And so WCCO Radio, same call letters, different company.
Okay, so it's not Viacom, Paramount.
No. So there was like a back and forth, right? Like the TV people were trying to keep me. And so it was pretty...
I would have kept you. If I was the boss, I would have said, no, you have to stay.
It was intense. It was intense because I really liked my job.
And how many years were you there?
I was there for almost 20 years.
20 years in traditional television. Was the pay good? Tell us.
So when I started as a reporter, it was around, close to $70,000 in 2003.
Wow.
Pretty good.
That's pretty great.
Pretty great.
So
it went up over the years, but I will say I probably got the internal promotion discount. You know what I mean?
Got it. Okay.
Sometimes you have to leave to get a real bump in pay.
Okay.
But it's pretty good money. And as somebody who just wanted to be a journalist and tell stories and be a reporter.
Did you have kids then?
When I first came there, no. My wife and I moved here, no kids.
Okay, so where are you from? That's on my list.
Grew up in suburban Chicago.
Really?
Went to college in Milwaukee.
Oh, so you're just a Midwester. You are the definition of Midwest.
My act only plays the Midwest, I guess. It wasn't intentional, but that's just sort of how it shook out.
So Chicago, Milwaukee, but I mean, it's not easy. I mean, I guess it would be easy to say, hey, you landed in Minnesota, but how did you migrate here?
Yeah.
Like you really came Chicago?
I came just for the job. So I grew up in Chicago. My first TV job, full-time job, was in Davenport, Iowa.
Okay.
Then I was...
Oh, you just all over.
Yeah. And then went to Milwaukee as a reporter. So I went to college there, but then I went back to the place I interned at as a reporter.
Okay.
And then I came here. It was a job opening because Channel 4 created like a Saturday morning newscast and they needed a reporter.
Wow.
And the news director liked my tape. Back then, we were sending VHS tapes, like reels of our
But
work.
how did you even know to solicit? Like, because it's not Indeed days or social media where they put things out. Like, how did you know this wasn't an infomercial?
It was sure sort of old school, knock on the door and see if somebody would meet with me. So my wife is from Plymouth.
Oh, okay, so she's from here.
So she's from here.
So how did you guys meet?
We met in college. We were in a theology class together at Marquette.
Oh, wait, so you went to Bible school?
No, Marquette University, Jesuit.
Okay.
But a Catholic Jesuit
Got it.
university.
Okay, so you're in theology class.
In theology class. So depending on who I'm talking to, I either say the Lord brought us together.
Okay, or
we were not paying attention in theology class.
Got it.
It's one of the two, maybe a little A.
We'll take the Lord brought you guys together over here. Okay.
We're in the Gospels class. It was Matthew, Mark, Luke, and or John. Like, we'll see if we'll get to it.
We'll see if we'll get to it.
That was that class, but we started dating in college, and so she's been at my side the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been pretty great.
So you guys been married how long now?
These are tough questions now.
I know, sorry. Okay, sorry. We'll edit it out. We'll edit it out.
27 years it'll be.
So you really been married to her, really news
we got
career?
married right out of college.
Yeah, and got it. And then you had a kid, so you said your oldest is 17.
Oldest just turned 20.
20, because they were 17 when you stopped 3 years ago. Okay, let me get my facts together.
But I just came to Channel 4 and went to Care 11. I met with news directors at both those stations. When we just came to town to visit family for a long weekend.
So how did you choose?
Well, they chose.
Oh, got it. So it didn't matter to you.
One offered me a job, one didn't. That's how it goes.
Simple. Okay, simple. I bet you Care 11's like, darn it.
Yeah.
Is it the same people that was in charge back then now?
No, those people have turned over.
Okay.
Yeah, they probably fired them when they heard they didn't hire me.
Oh, listen, because I know they're crying now. Okay, so tell me, in 20-something years, what was your favorite, 2003 you started.
Yeah.
What was your favorite story, national and local, that you got a chance to cover in real time? Like you were breaking news still, or like you were the first, like if the Diddy trial was going on when you were around, you would be like on it. So
the hard thing is that a lot of times the stories where you make the biggest impact are awful. Right? They're terrible. So when the 35W bridge collapsed here in Minneapolis, I was the first TV reporter on the scene because the bridge was close to the TV station.
It was.
So I was sitting in the TV station when we first heard that the bridge had gone down.
Collapse, yeah.
But we didn't believe it. Because you hear the initial report and you're like, come on, a bridge can't go down.
And not that bridge.
We thought it was maybe a ramp or something. And at that time, no one really knew what the 35W bridge was.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't architecturally significant or beautiful or anything.
And you had
didn't
to
even
be
see
like
the water.
a U of M student or live over Southeast to really care for that
But we had an
route.
intern who was on the other side of the bridge who called us and was like, no, the bridge is down. So the bridge went down at 6:05. I was on the air at like 6:21. On the phone, but bear in mind, this was a time we didn't have cell phone cameras. I think I had some friends who were on Twitter, an early Twitter.
Because what year was that?
It was 2007. 2007.
And it was a Sunday, I think it was.
It would have been a weekday. It was
August
1st, I think.
August 1st.
Super hot day.
Wow.
There was a Twins game that night, I remember.
So that bridge was
But that was probably the biggest, and that was, we were on the air all night, and that was, that was one of those stories where today we have a better understanding of mental health of journalists. And I think today, if I had covered that, like I would have gotten some therapy. You know what I mean? Because when I showed up, there were people carrying people out of the water, coming up the side of the river. Because all those cars went down the water. And it stuck with me. I would go back to the site almost every day for a couple of months, but it really affected me in a way that I think I didn't give myself permission to grieve.
Yeah.
Because you felt like, well...
You're not a journalist, you're a human too.
Exactly. But you look at the real heroes, right? The firefighters who were swimming in there, and the other... And you think,
but you're still a hero because somebody's family could have found out through media at that time, or they could have known not to drive that way. So you still are a part of the heroic piece of letting us know about that.
Yeah, to me, it's always been like the fact that strangers trust me is such a gift.
Yeah.
And so you don't take it for granted. I've never taken it for granted, but that was one of those moments where you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And you feel like...
my mom and sisters, by the way, they love you.
Oh, thank you. In life, all of the other, and this is true of journalism or music or acting or business, your experiences along the way get you ready for the big moments.
Yes.
And so every day when I went to work and did a story about a city council meeting or did a story about a house fire or did a story about something that was sort of the, little things that make up the heartbeat of life.
Absolutely.
That is preparation. Sometimes I say being a TV news reporter is like being a firefighter. Most days you're just washing the trucks. And some days you're ready for the big
out the
call
fire
to come
out.
in.
Yeah, I mean, but kudos
like
to you and rest in peace to all those victims and sending love to all the families that may view this.
And you meet people over the years who are like, oh, I was watching you that day, or I was on the bridge that day. We living in this community this long, you end up meeting a lot of those people.
Yes, and getting to know them and all of that. Well, thank you for covering that. Okay, so that was your favorite local news story. What was your favorite national story?
Well,
because you came in right after like September 11th, so you were still on the heels.
That's right. I was here in 2003 is when I started. I think when I look at national, oh gosh, there have just been so many things. I was on the air all during COVID.
Yeah. You did cover COVID. So what was y'all practice? Did y'all have to wear masks?
Yeah, COVID was really weird at a TV station where you're used to so much activity, and they were sending people home. So my weather guy was doing the weather from his basement bedroom.
So what did they do? Just set him up a green screen?
He had no green. You could see his bed like in the background of the shot.
Wow.
And then my co-anchor was sent home in case she was like the designated survivor in case COVID wiped out the newsroom. They wanted somebody who was ready. So we were doing all this stuff. But for several months, it was just me alone in the studio
by yourself
with this guy Ron
and they trusted you.
And they
shout out to you,
us.
Ron.
Ron was there with me every day, and we had a couple people in the control room. But
so you were able to take your mask off.
Yeah, but we had to wear our mask to walk like from the newsroom to the studio. There's all of that sort of stuff, and you look back now and you're like, I don't know how much of this stuff mattered, but everybody was just doing the best they could.
Everybody was just being cautious.
To take care of you. Yeah. You were worried about your neighbors. You were worried about your coworkers.
Yeah, and then what you would take home to your family.
Yeah.
With the job that you have, you're always meeting and talking to people.
And my kids were home from school when the schools were closed. And,
God.
Yeah, so it was a stressful time, but I took it very seriously. Like I wanted to go to work because I thought I didn't want people to see me in my house because seeing the news people in their house, to me, that made it seem like the world is ending.
Yeah.
I wanted people to see the familiar set, the same. It's like you could turn on the TV, you're like, well, Jason's still there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so how do you feel about being in traditional journalism and being successful at it? Let's put that there. How do you feel about the rise of social media journalism and just how I can pull my phone out? Yeah. If this was 2007 with the bridge, I could have pulled my phone out, went live, and that would be viral. And you guys, your media team would have been asking me for permission for the video. And
right. So different.
Yeah, it's so different. Do you feel like that took away from what you do for work, or did you feel like it helped you? Like, what side of the fence are you on? Or you may not be on any side.
Yeah, I've gone through the roller coaster on this, right? Like where I was one of the early mainstream media members on social media.
Got it.
love
were on
social
Twitter.
media. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like people being willing to like make our work better
Wow.
and add more information and add their insight and tell me when I get something wrong
And
or I
boots
leave
on
a
the
voice
ground.
out or whatever. Like to me, that has made my work richer.
Would you
for
have
sure.
to? So if this was 2007 and social media was around, would they have made you go on the scene?
Still, yes.
Okay, they still
Yeah,
would've made
you
go.
still have, what concerns me a little bit is the fact now having regular people as the media is great.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can have eyewitness reports
Mm-hmm.
and that is amazing. But there's something different about people who are making a living to go out there and ask questions.
Yeah.
You just get better at it generally, not always, but generally, the more you do it, you get better. And you have like some ethical principles. And I think people don't think that the media has any ethics. But when I was in TV, when I would do a news story, it would go through 2 or 3 layers of editors who would look at it and make sure it's fair and it's accurate and you're asking the
So they comb through so much.
they just go through it, and I think there's value to that. The question is if we as society, we have to watch it.
Yeah,
And if we
absolutely.
don't watch it, if we choose not to, well, then it will go away. It's a business like anything else.
And that
It's not
age
a charity.
group, like this, what I would say, like 40-year-olds through like 70-year-olds, they believe everything that comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, you are the gospel truth. If the news said it, it's the truth.
the truth, right.
There is no other,
Yeah.
you
I sort of miss those days a little bit.
a little bit. That gave your job more credibility.
Yeah.
And so
And the younger journalists, so think about the younger journalists out
Okay.
there. I got to be a journalist in a time when I was a regular news reporter, if I knocked on your door, it was usually a bad thing.
Yeah.
It was usually a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I've had doors slammed in my face and all that. Then I did the good question segment for many years where people
I remember the good segment.
people were excited
Yeah.
to be on the segment with me. So I had 10 years of people being
Excited to see you?
excited to see me.
Yeah.
And today, journalists, there's so much negativity, and the haters
That's the
have
only way
such
they
a loud
get-
megaphone.
Yeah.
So I feel for the younger people coming up who like never had any time where people were like,
Yeah.
"Thank you for what you do."
Yeah,
They
and
don't have that.
thank you for what you do. How did you feel about the Trump era?
Hmm.
You were a part of the last election.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about covering that and then not being able to say if you're a Republican or Democrat? So we're not asking you that question,
Right.
but just covering just that big turn like Obama, like you cover some historical presidential runs.
Yeah, the Trump era, what it did as a morning news reporter is you every morning were waiting to see whatever he would put out on social media.
You were
And
on
what
Twitter.
would, and it would just like
X.
it would drive the news agenda every day. And so you
wow.
have to what was tricky about that is prior to Trump, if the president made a statement, that was a big deal.
Big deal.
And not that you didn't believe it, not that you automatically did believe it, but the lying was maybe a little more subtle.
It was a little
So it's
more
just tricky.
discreet.
So
It's
how do
more
you
discreet.
do? Yeah. I mean, I think every administration always like they're trying to tell their version of the truth, or they're trying to spin their story. That's not new, but having a direct line to do it, and your supporters just are so loyal. It was difficult.
Very difficult.
And so if you were just reporting in a normal way of reporting, people who were hardcore supporters of Trump would be like, "Why do you hate the president?" And you're like, "Well, I'm just doing the news. Like, I'm not giving my opinion about it one way or the other." Now
just
in
telling
radio,
you.
I can have an opinion and say whatever I
okay, you
want.
can't. So
It's a little
radio,
different.
there's different rules.
Yeah. So I do an opinion talk show. So it's a news talk show, but I
Where you get
share
this-
my opinion. But I like to hear other people's opinions too.
Absolutely. And I think we have shunned, I think we make it an argument when we hear other people's opinion nowadays that it's now you're against the person. But I did hear somebody say, when they say, "Oh, I don't get into politics," they said, "Well, you have to be privileged not to get into politics." And I never understood it until it was said that way. Like, that's a privilege to say, "I don't get into politics," when everything that the political people do affect you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Head on. So it's just in your job being a journalist, traditional and now radio and even social media, because we found out things through your social media, what's going on. you are in a very interesting world right now.
Yeah.
Very
You have to have
interesting
thick
world.
skin, right? And you have to also understand. I've always tried to be civil and kind and nice on social media because there are a lot of people who are just sort of lurking, right?
Yes.
Who are like, I don't have the energy to get in the mess with you people arguing and yelling at each other, but they read it and they see it. And so I want to model, I don't know, I grew up in a family where we would sit around the Thanksgiving dinner table and my grandpa was a Ronald Reagan supporting Republican.
Wow.
And my uncle was a University of Madison graduate from the law school. So when I worked in Milwaukee, we used to call Madison the People's Republic of Madison.
The People's Republic.
It was very
I
left
like that.
wing. So we would have the left wing and the right wing, and they would argue it out, and then you'd hug at the end. It was fine.
You hug at the end.
I sort of miss that. Like now you feel like I had to cut these people out of my life because I disagree with them politically.
Yeah,
and I think
know.
like, I don't know, man. For me, that's not it.
Yeah.
And I do understand also there's a little bit of privilege in that, right?
Exactly.
In me being able to say like, no, I can argue and disagree with people and still love them.
Yeah.
I understand different people. It's different. If you're worried about your rights or your livelihood. But I do think that this national idea that every political issue is life and death and gets treated that way. I guess I just look at it and say, has that attitude gotten us better candidates,
No.
better policy, better outcome? So maybe we should try something else.
We should try something else.
Because I just don't think it's just stressing people out, and it's not. It's giving people a desire to just shut it down.
Yeah.
Because it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
But we can't shut it down. You're right that it is a privilege
It is
to
a
say,
privilege. We can't shut it down. Most people shut it down when it doesn't affect them.
That's right.
That's where that's
You're
when
like, I
people
don't
can
have to
shut it
worry
down. I
about
don't
it.
have to worry about that. Like, I'm
I'm getting paid. I'm
Yeah,
fine. I can pay my rent.
I'm not on food stamps. I'm not, all of those things. I'm not Mexican. I'm not Latino.
They're not sending me back.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
So everything gets shut down when it's not you. And it shows how much of a selfish country we still are as individuals.
I think that's right.
Yeah, but I have two more questions,
All
and
right.
I know you have to go because he has to go. He has to go save the world. Okay, this was not on my bingo card,
All right.
but how was it covering Prince passing? Like, that was like that is Minnesota's golden child.
It was an awful day. I remember everything about that day because I was at work.
Yeah, what is it, April 16, 2016?
And the call came in that there was something going down at Paisley Park, and there was an emergency response. And so Reg Chapman,
Love Reg Chapman. Shout out to Reg Chapman.
amazing human, amazing reporter.
Because of
Just-
him, he's given me my first interview at WCCO.
Really?
To now, he makes sure we love
He's
Reg.
a beautiful person.
Yes.
He just is. And Reg was sent out to cover it. And at the time,
Because he did evening news. Because
he was, I think, at that time a daytime reporter. So he
he
got
was
sent
in
out.
daytime at that time. Yes.
Mhm. So off Reg went, and Reg reported back pretty soon that it was Prince.
Instantly. Oh,
And so we knew, but it wasn't confirmed. And so you sort of have this dance, but we went wall to wall on TV with it. So then I got on the air because it was in the morning. So it was, I don't know, it seems to me it was around 11 o'clock or something. And then it just was such a deeply sad day. But then you think about that dance party in the street at First Avenue the next
Yes.
day, and all these people gathering from all over the country, all over the world. It was so special. And one of my deep regrets in life,
kind of getting teary eyed. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
I think a lot of us who had opportunities to go out to Paisley Park to take a flyer, right? Like maybe Prince will perform.
Maybe.
And I remember this coming up multiple times where it's like, oh, you go to Paisley Park, like Prince might perform tonight. And you never know.
You never know.
And so I never went. I was like, oh, like I have to work the next day or I have kids.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit out there until 2 a.m. and maybe he'll perform, maybe not. because you just thought he was going to be around forever. You thought you were going to have opportunity.
He'll be 80 and just
Still performing.
with heels.
Right?
You know?
I did a story early on in my career when news came out that like Prince was having back pain or back problems. And I don't know if it was the National Enquirer or somebody was like, it's because of his heels. So I do this story about Prince's back pain. And to illustrate the story, I go to this store in Lynn Lake called Venus.
Okay.
And Venus is a stripper supply store.
Oh, it's not a strip club heel.
So I go put on these high heel boots. So there's this.
Now, wait a minute.
Here's me on camera in my suit, like newsman suit. And then the photographer zooms out and you see me walking in these.
So you walked in the heels. How was it walking in high heels?
Not easy. Women, you have my respect. And men who are doing it, you have my respect.
So you walked in the high heels.
Just
you know,
funny.
and my wife met Prince as a little kid with her sister. I went to Paisley Park thanks to when I was a radio personality at Camel J. Candace and Kelvin, they were the managers at the time. Prince rented Camel J a charter bus, and brought us all the way out. And Kelvin and Candace like, bring your girlfriend. She's my wife now, but she's my girlfriend. Like, bring your girlfriend. Come on out. I came. The only other person that was my age that was probably there was Royce White, the basketball player.
Yeah.
And he, I said hi to him, and I fell asleep. But Prince was just walking around, and I was just asleep at Paisley Park while Prince was walking around. So
we all just thought it was gonna.
we didn't know he was gonna be there.
And
I learned. I don't know what it's like at Paisley Park now, but you could not drink soda.
Oh, right.
It was only like vegetable potato chips. Like it was healthy, wealthy. So there was no snacking. I think there was like one form of candy. Maybe it was like a licorice.
Yeah.
But Okay, last question. We had Ninja Lloyd on here, and he said there is no black food culture in Minnesota. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Because the comments just keep rolling in about this particular subject. So what's your take being a food journalist as well?
He's 100% right. He's 100% right.
Well, it feels better for a white man to say it than a black man, because then people feel like they can agree. Like, oh, no, it's not, but for him, I think he's telling it the truth.
I think he's right. And it is something that I notice, especially when I travel. Ooh. So part of what happens here in the Twin Cities is I'm telling you, outside of steakhouses, most places you go to are either 90% white people in the restaurant, or there's certain restaurants you go to that are maybe 90% black people. You don't have a lot of mixing restaurants, which I think is part of the reason that you end up, I don't know, think of the biggest development we've had in the food scene here over the last 10 years is the emergence of some of these incredible second or third generation immigrant chefs who are starting their own thing. So we have a world-class restaurant called Owamni that is doing Native American food. And we have the first 2 restaurants in the country, full-service restaurants, that are celebrating Hmong cuisine.
Wow.
And we have, you name it, we have it. So what's the Minnesota black restaurant? So we have like some soul food, like people have tried some soul food. What does it mean to be black in Minnesota from a food standpoint?
And have
I don't know.
cuisine.
I don't know.
Exactly.
There are black people working in kitchens. And my hope is that part of the reason that we have like some of these Ecuadorian restaurants now is that Ecuadorians who have been in our kitchens get good and start and open their own thing. So I hope for that, because man, wouldn't it be interesting to see like some of the vegetables, some of the protein. We have the best pork and some excellent beef in this state.
Right in Minnesota.
And so what does that mean in the black experience? I would love to see it. But I don't think we see it. And he is right about restaurants when they take away the Hennessy and take away. Because I see it too, and it's
so Ninja was right. So when they take away the Hennessy and the Patron, it's not about saying that this drink is the black drink across all boards, but it is what black people like. Just like if I saw a bar saying we're serving martinis, I know that women are going there for martinis.
That's
so
all. Yeah.
It's not about being racist. It's just about telling the truth, what drinks that most races like.
And we are, just the reality is if you look at the data on the racial breakdown of Minnesota, it's changed, but it's pretty white. It's pretty white.
Extremely white.
Yeah.
So
you think from a business standpoint, you're like, to me, if there's a market to go and have Thai food, when certainly the percentage of Thai people in the Twin Cities is smaller than the percentage of black people.
Yeah.
Like, where's the great... Now, we have some great black chefs.
We do, and we have some great black
cooking.
restaurants, but they're not supported at the level that a North Loop restaurant is supported, and other restaurants that you go into Maple Grove.
Why do you think that is?
Because they don't want to eat our food because they're afraid they may get hurt being there, or what kind of crowd we bring. Yeah. It's not that we can't cook.
Well, hell no. I mean, right, there's no doubt about it.
It's not that we can't cook. And we have places like Soul Bowl. Like, Soul Bowl is doing a great job.
For sure.
But we need
And he's
more.
an incredible chef.
Yes, absolutely. Gerald Class. Yeah, him and his wife.
Gerald Class. Amazing. And I've been following his career for a long time.
Yes.
He opened a burger restaurant years ago.
Yeah.
Called Burger. And he's just...
And he has classics in downtown.
Very, very talented.
Very.
And you have Jametta Raspberry, who's doing incredible...
And we got Pimento.
And Pimento.
Yeah.
But, I would love to see...
We need more.
Yeah, I'd love to see more.
Yeah, and we need restaurants that have the ambiance that we're really going for. Ambiance like Six Smith or Baltimore that has our cuisine.
And I think there's enough middle class, upper middle class. There's enough money in
way more than enough money.
Yeah, and there's enough money in the black community too that would support their own restaurant.
That would support it.
But I hunger for restaurants that have maybe more of a cross-cultural collision. You know
Absolutely. What I mean? And I think food halls can help bring that collision in a safe space, but we have to just make sure that the black restaurants are not in the back of the food hall.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
Jason, thank you for coming. I'm not going to keep you because you have somewhere to go. And I'm looking at my clock.
I should probably go do a radio show.
Yeah, you have a radio show. Thank you for coming, and this means more than you know. But thank you, Jason. This means a lot.
Thanks,
and
Jovonta.
Thank you for the 20 years of being on television. Just my mom watching you, my sisters watching you, my aunts and cousins, my cousin Bina. Everybody was watching you, and you gave us hope, and you gave us information that we normally wouldn't have gotten if you didn't sit in that seat. So thank you for your career.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
This is my show.
We're gonna have a blast with conversations that last. Sit back, relax, send in the group chat, the Jovonta Patton Podcast.